We have, there's a pumping station that I understand the capacity of this pumping station is being greatly increased from like, I can't give the figures, but I think it's going to be 50 million or something like that gallons. Isn't that going to help the flooding?
Are you talking about the pumping station at, you're talking 10th Street? That's, right now there's 5 pumps in that station. You got, as a matter of fact, I showed Kelly these pumps. You got 3 pumps that's for your day-to-day use, and then you have 2 large pumps, which is for heavy water. The capacity of that station right now is 35 billion gallons a day, and they're going to increase it to 50 million gallons a day. That is to deal with a lot of the the sewers. The water that we have, the water that comes down 10th Street and goes down Market, the rainwater, is a little bit different than the combination sewers, where you have the sanitary and storm both. So in order to get that water, the 21-inch pipe I was telling you about, that sets 24 foot in the ground on Ohio Avenue, in order to get that water out here, we have to increase the capacity. That pumping station will not handle that amount of water. That's why it's been increased, is to handle that capacity of your underground infrastructure, not necessarily all this water runoff. I don't know if I answered it.
Yeah.
Well, it's right now. It's capacity. It's capacity right now. We don't do anything. It's 35 million gallons a day, and it won't keep up. So we have to increase the capacity of that in order to get the sanitary out of here and get it to the treatment plant.
And when we increase the capacity of that pumping station, is that going to overpower our treatment plant?
They're going to increase that to 50. I'm not, you know, I can tell you about pump operations, but I'm not much on hydraulics because I'm not an engineer. But they are going to increase that plant from 35 to 50 million gallons a day. I don't know what that entails. Are they going to put a new one in, put big pumps in? I don't know, but it's big. Then they're going to put a larger pipe from that lift station to the treatment plant.
And this still isn't going to do anything to the flooding, is what you're saying?
We can't handle that flooding. It will help with the CSOs.
What about the holding pond that they're putting down there?
Okay, one thing too, I hate to take all this time.
Okay, well, just a couple more minutes.
Okay.
He's watching it.
Well, I know, but
I'm getting track.
Okay, there is a interceptor pipe that runs down Market Street. A CSO stands for combination sewer overflow, which means, and it's in this book, I hope you take this, if you get a piece of literature, it talks about the CSOs, okay? There were 9 discharges, and I showed Kelly this too. There were 9 discharges into the river. So under normal conditions, the water went down Market Street, down Mulberry, and went to the lift station, okay? We can't do that anymore. Getting back to your original question. When we had 9 discharges, and that water went over the dam, which it shows it in here, that water, which is combination water, would actually go to the river. And there were 9 of them. We can't do that anymore. So what we have to do is we're taking that water, which is, I don't know how, I'm not an engineer. We're taking that water, now every bit of that water is going to have to be treated. And that's why you have to increase this from 35 to 50. So eventually these 9 outfalls that run along the river, and if you go down there, you'll see a little sign that says straw sewer or something, I'm not sure, but it is. I showed Kelly 1 or 2 of them down there. Then will eventually, there will be no more discharges into the Ohio River. Every bit of that water, CSOs, will have to be treated. And in order to, I'm not talking about flooding, I'm just talking about what's in the pipes.
Yeah.
Will have to be picked up. So we're going from 35 to 50, and then we're going to transfer it to a treatment plant, which is going to be increased from 35 to 50.
And why are we building the holding pond over there where Frank's is and all that, if we still need all this up?
Well, you've got what's called either a detention or a retention pond. And I'm not, I haven't read all this, but the detention or retention pond is going to be basically the start of the canal. And it's going to be an area where the water starts, and it's going to go down through the canal into to the river, or if the river's up like it has been, into a That is the start of that will be the start of the canal, and that will be an area. The retention pond or detention pond will not just be from rainwater. That's going to be there all the time and will be transferred, so there's a constant flow of water. A little bit of misconception is that this canal is going to hold mosquitoes, et cetera, et cetera. That's not true. This canal moves water 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From what I understand, every 48 hours, all the water, whatever, again, I'm not into hydraulics, but whatever capacity that is will be moved out, and fresh water will be put in its place. So the water goes from this detention area or retention area, and that will be the natural flow into the canal that will eventually go into the river. I don't know.